Yes, Wakili, how are you?
I'm fine, boss.
Yes. So today tumekuwa na kotini ukikuja ku represent the guy, the university student who was arrested yesterday. And how does it feel to be in the courts when you see with with the things that are happening about demonstrations and people being arrested left, right and center?
The government seems not to have realized that Article 37 of the Constitution provides for rights to demonstrate. It is not any offense to demonstrate. What is an offense is if a demonstrator is armed with dangerous weapons and if he injures property or people. So I'm calling upon the DPP not to approve such charges. This to me is an intimidation on students, the right to demonstrate. University means universal. University means the brain of the country. When university students push a dissent by demonstrations, they are fighting on behalf of 55 million Kenyans. So therefore, the right for universities to demonstrate worldwide cannot be curtailed in Kenya here. Students express their dissatisfaction through demonstrations, peaceful demonstrations. The University of Nairobi has demonstrated from the first day when it started, and it will never stop doing demonstrations. Those ones who never went to university are the ones who can take an offense with the students demonstrating. Every graduate of this country has passed through demonstrations in universities. So I don't understand why anybody will arrest a student and try to charge him. Two, the young man that has been arrested, we have a policy that the judiciary has enacted saying they should decongest prison. Students don't belong to prison. Students belong to universities. We are turning our prison centers to hostels. Let the students go back to the hostel. Let the students go back to university. Let us not curtail the freedom of students to dissent. The issues the students are raising are very fundamental. Has anybody addressed why the students are going to the streets? They're not going to the streets because of food. Remember that story of students going to streets because of the diet is no longer there. Students are going to the streets asking very, very, very fundamental questions which border on implementation of the Bill of Rights. If they can't afford to pay school fees, if they can't afford, then it's their right to ask. And they are not asking anybody. They are asking their father. They are asking their parent, who is the government. They have not gone to Uganda to ask Museveni to provide fees for them. So it is my position that we hope tomorrow the court will grant bail and release the young man to go back to school.
As a Wakili and someone who's passed through the education system of Kenya, do you think the increment of the fees and many other things that are happening with this new model, is it something worthy to be implemented?
I went to university in 1987 to 1990. I was provided for everything, and every semester I was paid 5,040. 5,000 shillings and 40 as an inducement to go to school to study. That time, the economy of Kenya, the whole economy, taxes that were being raised were peanuts, but we were provided for everything. Our budget now is in trillions. The students cannot get school fees. It is a serious paradox. All the people, I remember when I went to university, when I was in KU, His Excellency, the president, was in a crossboard At UN, they never paid school fees. Why are we burdening students to pay? Students leave after graduating with a loan of over 5 million shillings with help. There is no job opportunity. Where do these people get the money to pay? So my position is very clear that it does not make any educational sense, and I'm appealing to my colleague, Wakili, the Minister for Education, Migoso Gamba. We have practiced law together here. He has gone to university. Let him understand the plight of students, that they should not be exploited. We are making education unaffordable. We are making more people fail to go to school, fail to go to university. We are going to have a national security crisis when our youths are not able to finish their education.
Maybe lastly, we've seen university students, the leaders in the university students being abducted and maybe threatened because of what is happening. From your position, what can you say about it?
There is no law that allows the police to abduct anybody. If anybody has committed an offense, he's arrested. This thing of a Gestapo type of invading student leadership, abducting them, torturing them, scaring them, is unconstitutional. It is an illegality. And this is my message. I will say, governments are transit. Governments are transit. Criminal offenses have no timelines. Those abducting, those kidnapping, those torturing students should be aware that they carry individual responsibility. Not the police, it is individual responsibility. And we are calling the relevant agencies that are mandated by the Constitution to deal with issues of abduction by the police, that is IPOA, to do their job. Failure to which the students can demonstrate and go and demand it for their rights from IPOA. The protector of the students against the police is IPOA.
Address the president.
The president is hearing very well. My president has heard very well that you went to university, you never paid school fees. You went to university, it was affordable. The president then, Moi, allowed us to study. Why don't you, as the head of state, allow other children also to study for them to be presidents next time? We are not going to be here forever. His Excellency the President will not be there forever. The young people at the university will be the next presidents. How do we deal when we are stopping them from going to school? It is not proper, and that's why I've addressed the Minister for Education, my colleague, that addressed the issue of the funding model. Education cannot be commercialized so that you are making profit out of a social function called education. Those that are commercialized are private universities. Those are commercial entities. They are for profit. Public institutions, public universities, their role is to serve society. Their role is not to make a profit. They are not parastatals. That should be very, very clear, that anybody trying to bring the funding model is turning universities into parastatals. Universities are there to teach, to do research at the cost of the taxpayer, not the students and not the parents. Article 53 provides for the rights of children and the rights of the youth to get education at the cost of the government.
Thank you so much.